Hello and welcome, Reds, to Anfield Road TV. If you are watching tonight on the repeat, make sure you do hit that subscribe button down below for all the latest and breaking Liverpool news, wherever you are around the world. Kev will be joining us very shortly. I think he's just sorting out his microphone and headset. Kev, at the minute, if you are listening or watching, mate, obviously your camera is still off at this moment in time. But chat, for anyone tuning in on live comments, do get your comments in the comment section below as well. We will be speaking about Joel Matip. Obviously, this week he did announce and more or less didn't secure a move this summer. Joel Matip, what a signing, what a centre half, and what a player, really, fundamentally. Was he, for you Reds, let us know, is he Liverpool's greatest ever free signing in terms of the performance level, the quality of player that we did bring in as well? Phenomenal signing, to say the least. Speak about, obviously, his partnership with Virgil van Dijk, how epic it was, as well. Bit about Trent in terms of his international break. Obviously, we're back, thankfully, on Sunday against Chelsea at Anfield, 4:30 kickoff. We'll be doing a watch along for that one, Reds, as well. I'm looking forward to that. But did get played left back this week as well. So for England, he can play anywhere apart from in goal, really. I think he'll do a stellar job, and he has done for England. Obviously, I think out of the 4 international games he's had for England over the last couple of months, I think he's picked up 3 or 4 man of the match awards, which is absolutely, it's staggering, but it's not surprising for any Liverpool fans out there. But it might be for some bizarre reason for England fans anyway. Just goes to show what Gareth Southgate does not know, really, in terms of not selecting him. A bit about Harvey Elliott. He's back to full fitness as well. Dominic Szoboszlai, speak about his performance tonight in terms of the competition between him and Elliott as well, and obviously a little bit about the legal case that is going to be getting from with the Premier League and a lot of high-ranking leagues around European football as well. Mathieu Muriel obviously states the legal action is the only option in regards to obviously the proper football fixtures scheduling, really. So it's an interesting debate. We'll speak about that as well. Kev is here. He's disappeared now. But Kev, give us a thumbs up, mate, when you are ready. You all ready, lad? How are we, lads? There we go. Oh, he's disappeared. Kev, can you hear us? You're on mute there, lads. Your connection has gone absolutely to Birkenhead there, lads. Yeah, you're running some software on your computer or whatnot. Something's running in the background there. I'll re-add you there, lads. Just give us a thumbs up when you're ready, miss. And yeah, don't know what it is. You're running something anyway, slowing your computer down. But once Kev is back, chat, let's get to the comments as well. Big up there, Niall. How are we, mate? Big up Jack and chat, smashing the likes. Big up there now. Hope you're well, mate. We will be back to the football full schedule, really, in terms of this week, chat. Apologies. You know what me and international breaks are like. Just it's a good way of really recharging the batteries. Hope you're all well. Most importantly, everyone, and you've had a good week. Obviously, we'll do another show tomorrow. The 6 p.m. schedule will be back as well, everyone. Apologies, we varied from that. But the 6 p.m. schedule for the live shows, most importantly, throughout the week, that'll be the usual schedule, and we'll be going back to that as well. So live show tomorrow, throughout the week as well, all 6 p.m. content as well. Obviously, the Wednesdays and Thursdays and Tuesday shows, if it's a European night, we'll speak about it throughout the week anyway. But European football, if it's a watch along and we're doing a Liverpool watch along, that of course will be at probably usually at 8 p.m. or if it's the earlier kickoff, we'll do that then anyway as well. But now, hope you're well, mate, and most importantly, and big up there, Panov. Evening, lads. How are we, chaps? Not too bad, mate. Hope you are well. Kev's just having a couple of technical issues, but obviously, apologies a bit more later, chat. Kev mentioned about the music video he's shooting for his bands anyway. That's why there's a slight lateness to the show. Anyway, we do the odd late streams, but we prefer not to do them anyway. But chat, we'll get straight into the first topic and debate. Well, not debate, the discussion, really, to say the least. Joel Matip did announce his retirement from club football. Obviously, he retired from international football a very long time ago anyway. But he's pulled the curtain early in his career. I think he's, what, 32? I think he's 33, 32 years old now, Joel Matip. He certainly could have went for a couple more years if it wasn't for his injuries. And by Lord, if Joel Matip didn't have injuries within his career, probably would have been looking at, if not one of the best centre halves in the last 10 years, really. I think in his pomp, chat let us know. I think Joel Matip, putting his injuries aside, he was certainly, for me, one of the most underrated centre halves. The best part of the last 5, 6 seasons, really. You're looking around Europe, you look at the City lads as well, the Real Madrid centre halves, but everyone speaks about Virgil van Dijk. Obviously, he is a centre half in his own right. But there has been seasons, and we all remember those seasons where, and certain matches or certain periods in a Liverpool shirt, where Joel Matip was, for me personally, playing better than Virgil van Dijk in certain months. And that just goes to show the immense quality Joel Matip does possess as a centre half, did as a centre half as well. And we were very blessed. I'd say, obviously, signing him from Schalke on a free transfer, chat. We all remember, obviously, that was the year we did sign him. Throw back to that awful kit. Wasn't a big fan of that, really. But he come in at a time that there was a lot of difficulties in and around Liverpool in terms of, obviously, the club and a lot of change as well. But I think he coincided with a lot of the good, positive things going forward for Liverpool as well, which is absolutely fantastic in regards to the new, not new crop of players, but in terms of Liverpool's strategy. I think it's one thing, as we know, bringing in a high caliber manager like Jurgen Klopp, but you've got to coincide that with the right signing of players. It was like a crest of a wave. Like, it was more or less a hit. Every single transfer that Liverpool brought in, Joel Matip, and then obviously the transfers that did follow the coming in the following seasons after as well. So yeah, Joel Matip, what a centre half. I was going to say, in terms of where does he rank in terms of Liverpool centre halves for you, chat? And I'd say the Premier League era. And obviously, in terms of Virgil van Dijk, he's already on Mount Rushmore as a centre half already, and he's still playing football, Virgil. But Kev will be back in a little second. Obviously, he's having a couple of technical issues. I don't know why Kev's he shouldn't be lagging anyway, but he's running a software or whatnot, or something's happening in the background as well. But yeah, let us know. In terms of centre halves, absolutely phenomenal centre half, and one that will be, and obviously getting the assist for Divock Origi. I think, as well as his footballing capabilities, Joel Matip as well. What a character, what a leader in the dressing room as well. Top player. And we're very blessed that he put on the Liverpool shirt as well. Shame about his injuries, but I think we got the maximum that we could have out of him anyway. Had some problems on the show earlier. Was Windows updated? Microsoft. I'm not too sure that. I obviously, if you're familiar with StreamYard, the whole point of StreamYard, obviously, it doesn't take a lot of power from your computer or whatnot. I'm not that tech savvy anyway, but yeah. Just StreamYard is much better for anyone that's wanting to stream or on YouTube or whatnot. Go with StreamYard as well. It's not too bad. Yeah, big up there, Niall, as well. Big up there, Mr. C. All right, Jack in the chat. Regardless of the injuries, are you surprised he had not been picked up by another club? Certainly, mate. I think a lot of, not just even Liverpool fans, mate, but I think a lot of sensible rival fans or fans of football in general, everyone's mentioned, obviously, Naby Keita this summer in terms of the last couple of weeks in regards to him not, obviously, he was signed by Werder Bremen, Naby, and obviously his injuries, he's already injured now. But Joel Matip, yeah, I'd say Mr. C. But it just goes to show that the injuries, like, it's when you get to that age as a centre half, and he's won everything. He's won the Champions League, won the Premier League. And obviously, he retired from international football a very long time ago to do what James Milner done as well. I think there might have been a falling out in regards to internationals as well, but I think it made his career be a lot more put him a lot more longevity in regards to that as well. Kev, I'll add you anyway if you can hear me, mate. I'll add you, but no worries. We'll just go with the audio commentary because your audio will be sound, mate. It's just the air. But there we go. Hello, lad.
How's it going, lads? Don't even ask me what's going on. It's working. The camera's working in every other app. Every single OBS, it's working away and everything else. But it's not for some reason. It's been really laggy in this, and I don't know why. I don't understand. It's working away anyway and everything else. So yeah.
Good to have you, mate. And yeah, hope if anyone tuning in or watching on the post match as well, post live. Kev did shoot a music video. Shout out when that'll be coming out, mate, and wherever you can find that.
We have one single coming out before that one, but well, it's one of our original singles. So this one will be out in mid-November. Proper full music video with it, everything. So yeah.
Happy days. Yeah. So keep an eye. Sorry to announce it. Well, not announce it, but spoil it today. But he is in the production development anyway. But yeah, that's sound, Kev. Just before it was just going a bit mad, but I think now before he had some problems.
It's framey or something. Yeah, it's framey, man. I don't know what. I don't think you can pick up on these kind of the cameras. There's nothing wrong with the internet. I've rebooted it always. I reboot it like every second day.
StreamYards have been adding quite a fair lot of like extra bits. And whenever they've added on the latest update, is absolutely knackered everyone's StreamYards.
Yeah.
But welcome, Doug. How are we, mate? Hope you're well, mate, and we've had a very good day. Phil, how are you doing, lads? Big up, Jack and Spider. Big up to you, lads. Clubs are way more focused on spending and can't risk to carry injury-prone players, 100%. Kev, the first topic, as you're probably already aware when you were listening, mate, in chat, Joe Matip obviously did announce this week his retirement from club football as well. Disappointing, innit, mate? Because as I was saying there, like for me, certainly in terms of the last 5-6 years, he's not from Liverpool fans, but in terms of a large scale of European football fans, I think he's been massively underrated. Putting aside his injuries, I think in terms of performance level for Joel, he's been absolutely.
I don't think he's been underrated by Liverpool fans.
Yeah, no, not Liverpool fans.
I think so. Yeah.
Where would you rank him? And just
I think he's our best ever free transfer. I know if James Miller was brilliant and Gary Mack was brilliant, but as you know, Matip was super important in a lot of games that he played for us. You know, he's. I heard you saying earlier, like he was better than Virgil at some points. You know, I think without Joel Matip that time that Virgil got injured, kind of holding us at bay.
The wheels would have went off.
Yeah, everything was. Yeah, we would have been gone right down to mid-table. Instead, you know, he kept us afloat for the majority of the season, and then fair dues to Reece Williams and Phillips for coming in and finishing off the job and getting us into third. When we shouldn't have been anywhere near Champions League football that season. But brilliant, brilliant. Stalwart for Liverpool, let's say. He's bad injury record, we know this, but there was but it wasn't as bad as most people would have thought. It wasn't like Daniel Sturridge level bad, or it wasn't Thiago level bad, or Oxlade-Chamberlain level bad. He was available at some points for at least 4 months at a time. So it's just because he did have frequent injuries, he was kind of labelled a bit injury prone, I think.
It's going to be one of them. Let's say chat for anyone watching the repeat as well. A bit like when everyone speaks about Premier League centre halves, that could have been potential greats anyway. I think Ledley King. I think if he didn't have injuries in his career, I think he could have been one of the most elite level centre halves.
One of the greatest.
He would have been certainly up there with the likes of Teddy and Ferdinand. It's a big shout, but I think if he didn't have injuries, I think he would have been in that chase. Obviously, he might have had to left Spurs anyway, but and started winning trophies. But in terms of the partnership as well, though, Kev, I think we've mentioned with Virgil van Dijk. Obviously, we've already mentioned. I mentioned before his best ever assist for Liverpool was obviously in the Champions League final to set up Divock Origi. How can we not forget that? But the partnership with Virgil van Dijk struck me like early on within his career at Liverpool in terms of when both of them, great centre-half pairings require a sense of understanding, really. And I think that's certainly what Joel Matip and Virgil van Dijk. And this is what going into, obviously, the combination play between Konate and Virgil van Dijk. I'm hoping the more we see from Konate alongside Virgil, I'm hoping if Konate can get even 0.5% of the partnership with Matip had at that time, I think we'll be in such great stead, really.
Yeah, look, the good thing about Matip is that there was no there was no ego about him. There was no like I'm the main kind of guy. There's no anything. He just complimented Verge in the best possible way. And I'm not saying Verge has an ego about him or anything, but Verge has got a certain swagger. This is why he's the best defender in the world. And it comes with the territory. He does it so effortlessly. But instead of, trying to compete with him or whatever, Matip just, worked alongside him and just did the stuff that Verge didn't. And that's why the partnership. This is why partnerships work in defenders. Both defenders can't be the guy that heads the ball all the time. Both of the guys can't be the guys that track the players out, and step up into the. One guy has to be, know his role, and the other guy has to know his role within the squad and what benefits them both and who's better at what, regardless of what they want to do. And I think the two of them suited each other perfectly. So I think he covered them well. I think even though Matip wasn't blessed with pace, he was blessed with positional nous. Yeah, technical understanding, positional nous. And who didn't love a Joel Matip run up the pitch? That's like everybody loves that. Everybody loved that.
Yeah, it just goes, and that in itself, Kev, just went to show the technical understanding, but it's football and principles as well. It's one thing, obviously, the impact in which you're going to have at the club. It's one thing having that coach and having his vision, but if you've not got players to identify with that vision and apply it on a football pitch, I think certainly, mate, it's those mazy runs were amazing. You'd have your heart in your mouth, really. You'd be like, Joel, what are you doing, lads? Don't lose it 20 yards from.
He's running, but he won't get back. He'll never get back in time.
And that's where Trent was 50 yards out of position. It's like Joel Matip's got an amazing run. But yeah, what a player, what a character as well, though, Kev. Certainly from obviously we've all seen the legendary Liverpool media team days where they've had Joel Matip. He's certainly a character. He backed it with the personality. I remember, Kev, was it the Champions League game or chat that you'll probably remind me, where I think he slapped all the players on the head and he actually whacks Henderson on the back of the head, and Endo literally turns around and just looks at him like dead serious, and Matip's just absolutely laughing his head off, lads.
Brilliant. He was a character himself, and I likened him to if you close your eyes and you listen to Joel Matip speaking, it sounded like one of Sacha Baron Cohen's characters, Bruno, when he spoke. It was kind of that kind of way. There was an awful German campness about his speech, and it was always funny. And he was always like in surprise of him being taken the piss out of half the time, because most of the lads were just, especially Verge, he loved to take it. They loved taking the piss out of Joel, but he liked to take it. He liked to be Mr. Serious out of them all, I think, really, but still had a bit of banter about him. But I look at legend for us. He'll go down as a legend, and for me, he'll go down as the greatest ever free transfer that we've had, really.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Mr. C, replying to Niall, I fully understand that, but there is a pyramid of football clubs in the country, and any player of his experience would have been invaluable to so many teams. 100% there, Mr. C. Sometimes some transfers are worth the risk in regards to, I think it's like you look at Barkley when he went to Luton, and he's re-energized his career, and obviously went to Aston Villa this season. So not that Matip's in that situation, but certainly 100% agree with you coming from Mr. C in terms of that experience. I think he's got that much international football that before he retired, obviously when Champions League, Premier League, he could have offered that any change room, as Kev's alluded to. There's personality as well. He's got the great characteristics really to thrive within a dressing room as well, and certainly go straight into a starting 11 if he was fully fit as well. But he might have an idea of going to coaching, you never know, or might go and pursue his other adventures, you never know. A lot of these footballers have so many other businesses outside of football. Like you look at his Matthew Flamini, obviously the ex Arsenal player. I think he's a multi-billionaire now. I think he's in like some pharmaceutical companies and like medical science and all. It's crazy. It is mad, but obviously, and some of the footballers buy pubs and they buy properties as well, and they reinvest that. And I think there's a big driving force now as off the back as footballers. Some of them do retire a bit earlier. Those players and do go into management potentially. You only have to look at the Brighton manager. James Milner's literally he's old enough nearly to be his dad anyway, but it's going to be one of them. But wish Joel Matip all the best, and it'll be interesting to see where his next chapter in his career does certainly take next anyway. That goal versus Leeds, Kev, we brought on. I'm onto an adventure. Yeah, 100% there. that one indeed. Yeah, chat. So, I'm guessing you're not aware, Kev, but for anyone that did watch, in terms of Trent banged another free kick in. That now marks, I think, 3 man of the match performances out of 4 for England. And just yet again, I think we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago on the show as well, lads. It's mad when you play a football of this caliber. It gives every opportunity for England, and going into these future tournaments. Yeah. And there was rumours this week that Pep Guardiola might be potentially getting an offer on the table in regards to England of vying for his signature. That would be a very good move for England. Will it happen? Probably not. He'll probably stay at City and all that. But Trent, lads, again, what could have been? What could have been of England if he was playing? Probably England would have had at least a trophy in the cabinet anyway over the last 4 years, certainly for me.
Yeah, look, Trent's a phenomenal player. You know, we all know his kind of frailties as a full-on right back, but he's not a full-on right back. You know, he's a right wing back. He's an attacking right wing back, and that's what he does. He just covers the back line. But look, I don't know what's going to go on with the English team when it comes down to management or whatnot. I heard, you know, besides Jurgen Klopp taking up a new advisory role, I heard he's available for a job. You guys, if you need be. Me, I'm kind of happy at the moment. Ireland are not doing too badly. Regardless of, this week? Yeah, we came back from England and beat Finland 2-1, and we were very, very unlucky against Greece. We were by far the better side in the second half, and I'm enjoying the football that we're playing. And we actually completely dominated Greece in the second half, and only for Queevy and Kelleher kicked it straight to a Greek attacker from a kick out, dawdling on the ball. But I said it was coming, Jack. I said it for weeks when Queevy was on the ball. Queevy was on the ball. I said he's dawdling too long on the ball, and this is going to happen, and he did it, and it happened. So problem is it happened for Ireland last night. So look, he got man of the match either way because Queevy was outstanding in the game. But yeah, he did dawdle a bit too long on the ball. Look, Ireland are on a good way up. You know, we have a young squad, young players coming through, and the guys that are coming in, especially on that right hand side, are very strong. I like Johnson, and I like Ibisella, and I like Ogben is obviously, you know, a bit of a stalwart there now. But no, outside that, look, Pep Guardiola to England, I don't know if I can see that happening. We have great fly fee.
Take him away from City, yes, please.
He's but can England afford him? Is the thing. Will England pay him the money? Like, he's not going to want to come to England just for the sake of, I'm going to manage the English national team for absolutely nothing. No. He's going to cost him an arm and a leg to bring in there. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm mainly about that bandwagon just to get him away from Manchester City. Anyway, I'd love it. I don't get this notion, though, Kev. I don't know if your chat let us know where. I get some managers like to just be international managers, but if you're a club manager, surely you'd be able to be an international manager as well. I don't know.
You would think. But as a club manager, you get a lot of time, don't you, with the team? Whereas at international level, you don't, and you have to be really elite to be able to do it. I think at international, really elite to do it with a big team in an international tournament or whatever, because you don't have much turnaround. I mean, at least with a team like Ireland, we play with a lot of heart. There's always a good banter behind the crowd. We're all about the fan. Our country is all about the fans and all about the thing. Whereas, you know, the English national team is more about the players because they're superstars, really. You know, and then, you know, the fans are they're not really big team supporters. They're all little team supporters. I find a majority of stalwart English fans are lads that support smaller clubs in England and then, you know, love the big tournaments. So yeah, that's what I kind of see. Whereas in Ireland, it's just, you know, it's, oh, what? Ireland are in a tournament. Come on, let's go on the piss. That'll be great. Let's go over there and help old ladies across the street while carrying, our dog above our head. So there's always a balance with the Irish fans. They'll help an old lady across the street, but then they're logging her belongings and the dog in one hand above the head, just dancing across the street. It's just there's always a good balance there. Anyway, but at the same time, Pep Guardiola to England, I can't see that.
I think the opportunity of managing Trent alone could be a big sway because obviously we know Pep Guardiola on recent records over the last 5-6 years. He loves Trent. He wishes he probably played for City as well, certainly, judging from his interviews and everything about him as well, mate. But yeah, Trent, for anyone that did miss the latest international, probably a lot of years, because I know a lot of years don't watch. I didn't watch the games, but I watched the highlights, and he played left back. So he's played right back, he's played left back, he's played midfield, and he's got man of the match in all of them. So, yeah, apart from in goal, he could probably not do a job there, but anywhere else on a football pitch, if you ask him to do a job, he'd probably be one of the best players in that position in all of Europe. If not, he's literally the best left back in world football. Off the back of that, so. But everyone goes, oh, it's only against lower nations, but at the end of the day, that's people that you've still got to beat anything in front of you, though, Kev, anyway, innit? But yeah,
that's the best players. They're the best players from that nation. That's the way you got to look with the international team. There's no real excuses with international football. You've got the best players that are available to you from that country. That's it.
Yeah, so Trent, come back, lads. Obviously, Virgil, for anyone that missed international football this week, Virgil did miss tonight's game against, I think it was Germany or whoever they were playing. I think it was Germany. They got beat 1-0. Not surprised there because Holland's not been the best last couple of months anyway. But in terms of Van Dijk, he probably already back on Merseyside already because he got suspension. He got 2 yellow cards a couple of nights ago anyway. I think it was on Saturday, Sunday. So he did miss that game. And obviously, Gravenberch did play tonight. I think he was one of them, the standout player yet again. Fingers crossed he sounds. But I think in the build-up for the pre-match press conference to the Chelsea game, we'll get a lot more insight. And hopefully none of the lads, touch wood, have got any injuries on international break as well. But coming back from injury, Kev, keeping on that injury front, today we did get good, fresh images on Liverpool's website about Harvey Elliott back in the gym and back in the surroundings of Liverpool, which is fantastic. To say we haven't missed him, probably be yes and no, because I think results have gone our way apart from the Forest game, no, Kev. But are you excited to see?
We missed him.
Yeah,
we've missed him. We haven't started because as okay as Szoboszlai has been in parts, he's also been weak in midfield, and the creation part of the game is missing from Harvey. I think if Harvey had a chance to play and do that free role that Szoboszlai was doing, I think you might see a lot more through balls be made at the edge of the box rather than, it's great that he tracks back. This is where Szoboszlai is stronger than Harvey, tracking back. Whereas going forward, I find Harvey's a bit more intelligent with his passes through on goal to either a Moran or Darwin. I think Darwin benefits a lot when Harvey's in the team. I think he's given him quite a few assists in recent times. Harvey will always be missed. This is what I like about the right hand side of that midfield, if you want to call it, or the more furthest point forward of our midfield, is the versatility there now. We got just Szoboszlai that's meant to be long range striker of the ball, and a tough tackler, an interceptor, and a good all round player, and then you've got Harvey Elliott that can do the little tricky stuff at the edge of the box, link up player well, still get back and try and intercept, but he's just he's obviously not as big as Dom, he's not as big as the other lads around him, so he's not as strong defensively. But if we're going against a team that's mid range to low range team, Harvey Elliott is a dream to have in your team, to kind of open those guys up when they try to play the low block. I don't think Dom suits us when we're playing a low block team. Harvey's much better at opening them up, I think. So we've got a great balance within that side of the pitch.
Yeah, so Red's happy days. He's back. Obviously, it might be certainly considering his injury as well. Probably will be certainly, I'd say, even another 2 months until we see the best out of Harvey. The thing is, obviously, the injuries come back from. We don't really want to rush it. We want to take our time. And obviously, it's going to be a big. We know the fixtures, the biggest test of our seasons to date. will be on Sunday. It is at Anfield. It's Chelsea. We've got plenty of shows on the build-up show this week as well. Kev's got plenty of shows, and Kev will be doing a watch-along on his channel as well this week, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that, mate. It's Harvey Elliott made up you're coming back, lads. And yeah, as Kev's alluded to perfectly.
Merry Christmas, Elliott.
And Everton.
He'll be back then at Everton. Yeah, he'll be back for that. Scoring it. Watch it. You watch this. I said it now, lads. I said it very pixelatedly with my slow ass camera, but it's Harvey Elliott will come back and score at Everton. You watch.
There we go. Timestamp that or whatnot, whatever they say nowadays. But there we go. Absolutely. Clip that. There we go. Yeah. There we go. So all the best for Harvey. Obviously, Nigel said before. Niall, sorry. Thinking of the other Nigel. Niall said Dominic Szoboszlai got 2 strikes tonight, and he did. One from the penalty spot. And people were joking on social media tonight, going, "Yeah, it's only because he's seen Harvey Elliott in the at the AXA training facilities. Like, right, I've got to get my XG goals and assists up already." The one thing that frustrates me the hell out of it, Kev, and probably a lot of like you or anyone else, a Liverpool fan out there, is Dominic Szoboszlai is a completely different footballer when he's in a Hungary shirt.
Yeah.
What do you put that down to? Is it systematically? Is he put in the positions for Hungary where, of course, he's got a lot more responsibilities to captain of Hungary? What is it? Like, because we need this Dominic Szoboszlai. If we can put him in a Hungary shirt for Liverpool, I think he'll be banging goals and assists every single week.
I think it's less pressure, to be honest with you. I think he's under less pressure with Hungary. I think he's loved in the door there. He's the captain there. He gets more freedom where he wants to play. But at the same time, he does get opportunities at Liverpool to do something similar. And a couple of times he fluffs his line where he should take a shot and he doesn't. So maybe he's just at he's at a very high confidence level point at Hungary. But maybe he's at like a medium level confidence point at Liverpool. He's just getting his job done, but he's not wowing anybody doing it. So I think once he steps up that next level, and starts striking a few shots, hitting the crossbar a couple of times, hitting the post, just past the post, people encouraging him. I mean, if Darwin can come up and play on the pitch every week, and he doesn't score too much these days, and he's under pressure from everybody around him, but yet the Liverpool fans get behind him in a heartbeat. I just think Dom needs to do the same. I think he just needs to relax a bit more in a Liverpool shirt, let loose, be a bit more passionate, don't be as stoic, and just enjoy the game that's in front of you. Get in with the fans, go over and smile at the fans, fist bump with a fan, do something like that, I think that's what he's lacking, I think, so far in a Liverpool shirt, is his ability to connect on a high level with the fans, rather than just doing his job, which is great. I think he needs to be less posy,
aware.
Let's say.
Be
a posy. A lot more. Let's pose, which does slacken your awareness, in fairness. So if he's less posy and just kind of so worried about what way he looks when he's on, I don't mean in look wise as in his image or whatever, but the way he looks when he's playing and just plays his football, I think he'll relax and I think he'll come good. Dam is a very good footballer. He's got a great right foot in him. And he's his passing is improved. I've been his biggest critic with his passing in recent weeks, but it's vastly improved in the last couple of games. And his work rate I can't question, because he's got a fabulous work rate as well. So yeah,
he's got 3 lungs, as you say, a bit like N'Golo Kante. Dominic Szoboszlai will run through a brick wall for Liverpool. We know that, mate, certainly. And you've hit the nail on the head, Kev, as always, mate. I think a lot of people would agree as well. I think just keep his head down, really. I think we all want that. And I'm probably one of the most staunched critics of Dominic Szoboszlai, mainly because I want him to get in excess of 15 goals, 15 assists every single season. I think he's capable of that. Will he get that this season? Probably not. But as Kev said, you want to back him even more. You want him to thrive. You want him to, because I think once he got over that hurdle, probably getting, because you look at other midfielders in the Premier League, you're like, but I know we're in an era now of attacking midfielders, or apart from Kevin De Bruyne, put him aside because he's ridiculous. He's up there as one of the best Premier League midfielders that we've ever seen. Putting him aside, but in terms of the numbers game, I think if Szoboszlai can do, you look at Cole Palmer. Well, Cole Palmer's not an attacking midfielder or midfielder. He's the modern game. He plays a bit everywhere, doesn't he? He's an attacking mid, right winger. He plays across the forward line. But if Cole Palmer can do it, certainly I think Dominic Szoboszlai can do it. I know they're very different players, certainly, but I'd like to see, even if it was 10 goals, 10 assists in the Premier League, Kev, would you say that would be a good return off the back of this season? It's certainly better than what we did see last season anyway.
I'd say it'd be a great return off the back of the last season. You know, I think any midfielder that can get 10 or 15 goals in a season is a really good thing. You know.
Mm.
But I don't know. I'd say he doesn't have much to prove. I mean, he's got a good reputation coming into the team, and we'll see how he gets on.
Yeah, 100% now. Was my camera lagging that much that you had your glasses on and then you've taken them back off?
I was playing with the lag. I was playing with the lag of the glasses. I was messing with you. I kept putting on my glasses every 5 seconds and taking them back off because I knew that the imagery would be delayed. And it would look like my glasses were just appearing and reappearing on my head. Yeah. So yeah.
It's not a filter. Yeah. It's Kev's camera's still back in 1995 anyway. We know that was clubs on Merseyside. But obviously Dominic Szoboszlai, we wish him well. And we hope he does really well. And the final story tonight, anyone watching on the live stream, watch along, or anyone watching on the repeat, do get involved in all the shows that we have mentioned tonight as well. But I think me and Kevin, we've covered this chat, haven't we, over the last couple of months, especially the last couple of years anyway. It was interesting. Go and check it out before you go to bed, or you should be already in bed, but if you're watching this tomorrow, go and check it on Sky Sports' news channel anyway, on all their socials. Very good interview. It's in regards to from the Premier League Director of International Relations, Mathieu Mariel. Just call him
Maruil.
Maruil. There we go. Nice one, lad.
Maruil. What? Maruil.
Yeah, states the legal action is the only option as they allege that FIFA have failed to consult properly regarding football fixtures. Surprise, surprise. The elephant in the room, Kev. Didn't have to be a brain surgeon or anything, or high-class lawyer to know. It's an absolute joke, isn't it, lads? It's interesting that the Premier League actually it's not just the Premier League. And in this video, he does state it's him and obviously other the Bundesliga and other federations, football and federations, will be taking legal action in pursuit of FIFA in regards to obviously the expansion of the World Cup, the expansion of the Champions League as well. More games in that, more games in every other. And I think we've already had, or is it Rodri, a couple of weeks ago, and he's injured. Obviously, it was a nasty challenge, but in terms of his fatigue and modern day footballers, Kev, yes, everyone goes that doesn't watch a lot of football goes, oh, they're athletes, they can play a lot of minutes, but they're human at the end of the day, Kev. Yes, football and forensic science and football science is getting better year on year, but still, it's the performance level for me, Kev, will take a massive hit in terms of not just Liverpool performances, but global football performances at the elite level. I think the more Champions League games, I think we'll be looking at this Champions League final to come, and the players will probably be knackered by the end of it, and it'll probably just be a drab 1-0 win. The players won't be playing at their maximum peak level.
I've been thinking about this, and I've been looking at things from a different angle, and outside of the whole greed thing for FIFA. And I'm thinking, have they done their books and data and then looked at saying, right, over the next 10 years, we're about to lose a lot of money, or the interest in football or grassroots is going to go because this is happening, or this is happening, or this is happening. And the interest in football is dropping because of maybe, the influence from the Middle East coming in and taking over clubs or whatever. And it's becoming really, it's going more and more Americanized with the, the introduction of VAR and the introduction of all of these kind of things. That's kind of taken away the what if element of the game, or what could have been, or whatever, of the game. And it's just everything's on point now. And do they see themselves as maybe, running out of money, and they need to kind of change the competitions to suit, not to suit any team or any country or whatever like that, to introduce more countries into the competition, but maybe to protect their wallet. over the next 10 years, not really to make as much money as possible, but to protect it because they might see a massive dip. So I'm looking at it from different angles, back and forth, and I can only see two outcomes: that they're extremely greedy, or they're extremely worried about 10 years from now. And
but they're going to be the ones that is straight though, Kev. Not
100%.
The Premier League have got to get their own house in order in regards to what's happening with City or just other clubs in general in terms of their rules and their competition rules to make it. And this is me and Kev speaking from we are one of the classes of the big clubs. Like, I want a fair league. I want Liverpool, of course, to win the league, but I want it to be done properly as well. It's all well and good spending all the money, but I don't want to be putting over no Liverpool fan or football fan in general don't want to be seeing football clubs, because football clubs are not just football clubs; they are the churches of every person out there. Like,
when you think of it, Jack,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, when you think of it, Jack, go to Leicester's been the only surprise league winner in the last. I know we've won it. It was a long time since we won it, but we were never a surprise to be involved. We've always been there or been involved there or thereabouts within the league challenge for the majority of a season. But Leicester were a big surprise or whatever. You didn't have, you had these kind of surprises down through the years with your Leeds for a bit, with your Blackburn Rovers, with your Newcastles, with your Arsenal, who had dropped off for a long time but came back again 10 years later, with your even Chelsea, they came into money and that kind of what changed their fortune around. But you kind of look over the last 20 years since then, all of these kind of teams are involved, and it's pretty much been the teams with the money. A lot of money that's been involved in winning the leagues and by a strong margin. So you got to ask yourself, is the integrity of the game really, really dropping off a cliff here? Because and I'd have to agree. And it's no good the Premier League as well, going and slating that going and protecting the teams that are within our club or within our league system, and then not do the justice that's due. If they've done it to Everton, City need to be done. If Leicester have broken the rules, they need to be done. If United have broken the rules, they need to be done. If Chelsea have done it also, they need to be done. If we broke the rules, we should be done. It's just the way it is. And if they don't do it, it'll be nuts. Absolutely. It'll kill football.
Don't throw stones at glass houses anyway, the Premier League anyway. But it's mad, mate. And chat, keep us an eye. Well, I think obviously Matthew did say in this video, go and check it out, chat. If you're watching the video tomorrow, go and check it out. Very good, interesting sides, because you come across very no body language expert, but he was invested. He plays. He's probably had a lot of say, and I think we've already had a couple of quotes from players on international duty this week saying that they are threatening to go on strike as well. And that's going to be mad.
And he's the director of, take this in, Jack, he's the director of international relations. If the dude that is the relationship builder between all the people is pissed off, they must have done something severely wrong or just completely fobbed him off. He must have gotten a full face palm hand into the face to say, we're not talking to you. We're not listening to you. That's
he said him and all the federations sent off various emails and got them back.
And back. There you go.
He got a message that they were like, just can't, not really bothered. So it's madness. Big up there, Lee. How are we, mate? And chat for them, we'll just tune in. We'll be live tomorrow at 6 p.m. At the usual schedule. And it's going to be a little short episode. Well, not say short, 45 minutes. But Kev, massive thank you for joining me today, as always, mate. And chat, if you are watching this on Tuesday, this video did go out live on Monday night. We will be live today at 6 p.m. UK time, GMT on Anfield Road TV. But Kev, please you shout out where everyone can find you, please, mate. And hopefully wherever they do find you, you won't. Well, it's not just Kev, but a lot of people allegedly have already had. I think Niall was already in the comments tonight. People been having issues with their StreamYard, so it's not just.
I don't know what's going on. I threw it before when I came onto the show earlier. I was just saying, I'm going to take this off and I'm going to throw it into OBS, which is a strong software, and see if there's an issue there. Now, my no offense, lads, but my PC is worth about $6,000. so there's nothing wrong with my PC power wise. And I just checked my internet connection. It was 950 megs down and 250 megs up, so there's nothing wrong with that, right? So there's zero wrong with that. So I put it into OBS, and it was perfect, absolutely perfect. So it's something to do with whatever's going on my end, or whether it's a processor issue coming into the StreamYard, or maybe it's the coding in StreamYard, and maybe some processors are a bit too strong or too weak or whatever like that for the software, and it's just not picking it up. But my cameras, it's working away perfectly fine and everything else. So I don't understand. I turned on the camera app, works fine. Turned on OBS, works fine. Put it into StreamYard, and I'm like the dude from the 1980s going, bah, 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 welcome to my show, bah, 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 bah. That guy. But it was a John Head, something Head. I don't know. I forget what his name was. Yeah. I know what I'm talking. Anybody over the age of 30 will know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so that fella. So that's obviously Spurs at LFC on all socials as well. Everyone get Kev up to at least 1,000 followers on TikTok as well. Let's get him to that. Big up there, Phil, on his final comment tonight. There's a maximum limit to how many games players can play whilst keeping their performances at their top level as well. Yeah, 100% there, Phil. 100%, mate. And this had a notion of non-football fans going, oh, they get paid 300 grand a week. It's like, yeah, it sounds. But even still, even if we were all paid 300 grand a week, you'd still be knackered.
Max Headroom.
Yeah,
Mr. C knows. Sorry, there he is.
There we go.
Max Headroom. He knows what I'm talking about. I was calling him Mr. Head, but it's Max Headroom. That was his name. Yeah.
There we go. But Kev, Mr. C, Lee as well, Niall. We'll get you done. Well, if you're free tomorrow, mate, at 6. I'll send the link over, mate. Doug as well, your legends. And Panov as well. Panov, hope you're well, mate. Everyone, if you are watching this on Tuesday, hope you're having a very good day or whatnot. And we'll be live tomorrow at 6 p.m. UK time, GMT. And let us know all your thoughts if you are watching us on the repeat on all tonight's stories as well. But Reds, see you later. See you tomorrow at 6. You never walk alone. To that.